So, hi, I'm Rosie Reynolds. I live in Perth in WA. I grew up in Cundon, in a small town. Um, I was married at 20, and at 59, 58, I decided that being married was pretty awful. So I left my husband, and that was about 6.5 years ago. So since then, I started on a little journey of trying to look after myself, and I did a course which was very helpful, but didn't have lasting effects, I felt. And then one day I was sitting in bed scrolling through my iPad, and I saw Fiona's ad, and I thought it was speaking to me, and I thought, yeah, this is me, and I need to go and do this. So I got brave and I signed up for the course, and that was April of this year. And I met some beautiful girls just in the waiting bit, and then in we went together, and those 3 days were just magnificent. I just felt like a weight had lifted off my shoulders. I felt like, actually, instead of feeling so down about myself and what was I going to do with my life, I thought, actually, I could see a future for myself, improve and have a happy life that I deserved. So slowly I began to do the work. There was a few hiccups along the way because I had granddaughters, and I had a mum with dementia and lots of family things happening. A son who went and got married to a very controlling lady and didn't want to know us anymore. So issues like that were tricky. But the course has actually helped me not only with my marriage relationship or my ex, but also with family relationships as well, and difficulties with my mum with her dementia. It's just put me in a different path of how I navigate some of those things. So I learnt to go back to my childhood, and where all the ideas that maybe were stopping me or making me who I was, some of those things were a hindrance. And so I learned about how those affect me, about the things that the kind of person I am, the human needs that are important to me, and a lot of building up my self-confidence, that actually the way that we think about things can empower us or disempower us to make the choices that we want for ourselves and a happy life. So throughout the course, there were some tricky bits where you weren't sure, and setting goals that I didn't really know what I wanted early on in the piece. But as things went along, you learnt more and more, and then they became evident. So since that time, I had lots of different goals, and I've achieved 7 of the 11 goals instead of just the 3. In the future, I feel like I'm just me, and I'm so happy to be me, and I love who I am. I love that I'm stronger and able to stand up for myself, able to choose the things that make me happy in life. I recently had a thing with my daughter, and I was able to say to her how I felt, and that now with my learning, instead of just thinking I was a bad person and that I'd done something wrong, that I could actually say, well, this is how I'm feeling, and I need to stand up for what I feel like too. I think it's already helping me with my granddaughter, and now I've got a second granddaughter. So these lessons are helping me to be a great grandma, a better mum. And also with my mum with dementia, she causes a lot of grief. Sometimes she doesn't remember who I am. She gets cranky about little things, and I get upset. But I'm learning to be stronger with those things too, and to not feel so sad and upset with things that I can't control, but to be in control of those things that I can. And I also think that I've got plans for a beautiful trip overseas in 2027 with some old school friends. I bought myself a car. I've been learning how to do my reticulation and my whippersnipping and lots of different things that I never thought that I'd do. And I just see such a bright and happy future for me. On my vision board, I put a question mark over whether I want another man. I don't feel like that's the right time for me right now with the new little granddaughter and my mum and other things. But who knows? I might just run into somebody at a party one day with some friends, and it will be, if it's meant to be, it'll be the right time. So I wish all you ladies who join this course the same beautiful outcomes as I have. I just feel empowered and happy and strong, and just like I love life, and I just want lots more people to feel this way instead of what I felt like 6.5 years ago. And even at the beginning of this course, I was better than the 6.5 years ago, but wow, it's just an amazing, amazing course. And it's just made me feel like, yes, I can do it. You freaking rock, as Fiona would say.